Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are putting on our detective hats to solve one of the most common mysteries in English grammar. We're going to crack the case of the present perfect versus the past simple. So let's get right into the investigation.
Okay, here it is, our central clue. You've probably heard both of these sentences, right? Maybe you've even used them yourself and thought, wait, which one am I supposed to use here? It's a classic head-scratcher, it confuses a ton of people, but don't you worry. By the end of this, you are going to be the expert.
So, here's the first big twist in our investigation. Both of these sentences can be totally correct. Yep, the difference isn't about what's right or wrong, it's about the story you're telling. One is like a report from the past, and the other has a direct impact on what's happening this very second.
Every great detective needs a master clue, right? And for this case, it all boils down to one simple, powerful idea: the connection to now. Seriously, understanding this connection is the secret to unlocking this entire mystery. It's what separates something that's over and done with from something that still matters. Okay, so let's start with the present perfect. The easiest way to think about it is like a bridge that connects something that happened in the past to right now. It tells us that a past action has a real result that we can actually see or feel in the present moment. And that brings us right back to our original puzzle. When you say, "I've lost my key," you are talking about now. The action, losing the key, happened in the past, sure, but it's created a very current problem. You're standing outside your door, and you cannot get in. That's the now connection in action. But if you say, "I lost my key," using the past simple, that's just a historical fact. You're just telling me something that happened. Maybe you lost it yesterday, but you found it this morning. Who knows? The sentence itself doesn't give us any clues about your situation now. It's a closed case. Done and dusted. You know, here's a really great way to see it. The past simple, "I lost my key," is just a single dot on a timeline in the past. The event happened, it's finished. But the present perfect, "I've lost my key," is like an arrow that starts in the past and points directly to now, showing that ongoing connection, that ongoing problem. All right, let's open up our first case file and see how this now connection really plays out. We're going to look at how these tenses help us separate breaking news from events that are, firmly in the history books. This is all about how recent and relevant something is. When you're talking about new information, something that's fresh, like a brand new app, it's connected to now. So you'd say, somebody has invented. But the telephone, that's old history. The event is completely finished, so we use the past simple. Who invented the telephone? Let's apply this to a few more examples. Take Mozart. We say Mozart was a composer because, well, his life is a finished story in the past. But when a new artist has released an album, that's current news, right? It has an impact now. Same logic for life events. My mother grew up in Italy is part of her life story. It's in the past. But Hannah has had a baby. That's breaking news that changes everything in the present. Okay, on to our second case file. This one's about a super common pattern in conversation. It turns out these two tenses, they're not rivals. They actually work together as a team, and they follow this really natural formula for sharing news or telling a story. Just think about how you tell someone a story. You don't just dump all the facts at once. There's a certain rhythm to it. In English, we often start with the headline, the new info, and then we fill in the backstory. And this is where our two tenses work together just beautifully. And this storytelling formula is basically a simple three-step recipe. Step 1, you announce the news with the present perfect. That's the hook. Step 2, someone asks for the details using the past simple. And step 3, you provide all those juicy details, also using the past simple, because now you're talking about the finished events that led to the news. Just listen to how this actually plays out. It's so clear. The announcement, "Ow, I've burnt myself." That's present perfect because the pain is happening now. Then the follow-up question, "Oh no, how did you do that?" And the answer, "I picked up a hot dish." Bam! An immediate switch to the past simple to give the specific, finished details of what happened. All right, detectives, our investigation is officially complete. We've gathered all the clues, we've examined the evidence. Now it is time to deliver the final verdict, a simple set of rules that you can use to make the right call every single time. Here it is, your official detective's toolkit. Just remember these 4 key rules. Use the present perfect for anything that has a result now, and for announcing breaking news. Then, you switch to the past simple for actions that are totally finished and for filling in all those specific details of a story. It's really that straightforward. And with that, we close the case. But here's a final thought for you to take with you. Think about the last piece of news you shared, or the last story you told.
Did you naturally follow this formula without even thinking about it? Now that you know the secret, I promise you are going to start hearing it everywhere. Happy investigating.